Everyone, so I will just make a start now. My name is Sabrina Joseph. I'm the Employee Support Supervisor at Giant Group within the first line support team. So today I will be going through the introduction to working with Giant. Please do hold your questions right to the very end. So once I finish this webinar, everyone will have the chance to drop in your questions via the Q&A function of the webinar. I'll get through as many as possible. If you don't have any question, that's fine as well. I would highly appreciate if everybody could fill out the survey as well. That comes after the webinar. We just always like to know like what you might want to hear or how we can maybe improve. So with that being said, let me make a start. So, an overview of what we'll be talking about today. We'll be mentioning how it all works, getting your payments through Giant. I'll be explaining your pay slips and I'll show you a demonstration. Holiday pay and how you can enter it. Pension, so this is the Nest pension scheme. SIP pension, so salary sacrifice pension. The expenses reversal, like the process and what it's about. Tax codes, reference requests. So what happens if you or a third party needs to request it? The Giant Advantage scheme, and lastly, getting in contact with us. So, as you can see from the diagram, the hirer will have a contract for services with AMS, AMS will have a contract for services with us, and we will have a contract for services with you. So, this is not a employment contract. You'll be paid on a weekly basis. So it's weekly or monthly. Now, everybody gets different payment terms. You're either on 7 day or you're on 30-day payment terms. And it all depends. So being paid on time just depends on if the timesheets have been submitted and authorized on time. Um, they are available in your bank. So let's say you're on 7 day payment terms. We'll get the payment file on a Wednesday and the money will clear into your account on a Friday. For 30-day payment terms, we'll get the payment file on a Thursday and the money will clear into your bank account on a Monday. So slightly before you get your money, you will get a pay slip. So you'll be able to see what's due to you. For those that have set up alerts on the portal, so if you go to portal and select alerts, you can set up SMS or email alerts. This just notifies you of the amount that you'll be paid before it reaches your bank account. So a pay slip is made available on the portal the day before you're getting the funds. This just details the gross pay. So gross payment is anything before deductions. Then you'll see your deductions, so such as tax, national insurance. For those that are opted into pension, you'll see your pension deductions as well. And then at the bottom, you'll see your net pay, which is what is going into your bank account. This is an example of what your payslip will look like. Now, for the presentation purposes, we have zoomed in a little bit more, but this is the information that will be displayed. So you'll be able to see the company details at the top. Just below it are your details, so like name, address, your contractor reference number, tax codes, and the rest of it. You also get to see like the pay period and your pay dates. The middle of the pay slip will just show your units worked, the rates that you've been paid against, and the amount. So this is the gross amount that I was talking about. Just below that, you can see deductions as a subheading. You'll see your NI tax. And obviously, if you did have pension, you'll see pension here too. And the total net pay is what goes into your bank account. Now, the very bottom of the pay slip is the payroll analysis. It just shows what you've been paid this period. So this part here should marry up with what's in the middle box. And then year to date, this figure just basically carries on and you get to see your gross tax and national insurance and holiday that's been accruing and being paid year to date. So holiday pay, everybody gets a minimum entitlement of 28 days per year. This is inclusive of bank and public holidays. Um, AMS are the ones who advise us of what your annual leave entitlement should be. So as you can see on this box here, there's different days, everybody's different, everyone's entitlement's different. Usually, the majority who are new start off on 28 days, and after a certain amount of time, it can increase. But again, it's down to AMS to let us know. Um, your holiday will be accrued and paid to you when you take the time off. So it's important to wait for your holiday to accrue. Each time you're putting in timesheets and you're being paid, this percentage is coming off and going into the holiday pot. And it will keep accruing and until you are able to take annual leave. Once your line manager gives you, authorization to take time off, for whatever dates you've requested, you can go in and you'll be able to enter this in on the portal. So the holiday year is from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. So we've just entered a new holiday year. Now, we always recommend everybody to take your holiday as it's accruing in this year, just for health and well-being. From a HR perspective, it's important everybody has time off. And I do understand that not everybody can take all their holiday within this period, which is fine. If that does happen, come the 31st of December, all that will happen is the holiday will carry over into the 2026 holiday pot. So you can enter holiday at any time. You can go back. Let's say you haven't accrued enough holiday yet. You can wait for that to accrue and you can go back in and backdate your holiday. If there's a certain week that you might have had off, but you don't have a week's worth of hours yet, you can enter everything that's in the holiday pot towards that week. And then when you accrue more, you can go back and do the rest of it. That's the best way I would recommend. You can check your payslip as I showed you, the holiday balance, or on the holiday tab on the portal. If you do have any questions on holiday, do let us know. I know this can sound quite complex. So as I mentioned, you can go in yourself and enter the holiday pay. This is called the self-serve holiday pay request. Once you're on the portal, you just go to your data and request holiday pay. Holiday pay is paid when you would have originally received the payments as if you worked. So whatever dates you've put in, if it's before payroll is due, you should be able to get it that week. So if you're on a 7-day payment term, you'll be able to enter the holiday. Let's say you've done it on a Monday, you've put your holiday hours in, that will go through payroll on a Wednesday and you'll be paid for your holiday by the Friday. That's how it works. Obviously, if it's for week ending dates that are ahead, if you've entered holiday pay for, let's say, some bank holidays in April and you've put that in now, you won't get that this week. It will be paid once those dates in April have passed us. So back to entering it. Once you've clicked holiday pay, holiday request, sorry, you can select the correct assignment. So some people may have a drop down if you've got multiple assignments with us, some may not, but just ensure the correct assignment is being selected. Once you've done that, just make sure the correct week ending date that the holiday associates with is correct. And then you want to enter the hours in each box. Once you've done all of that, it should auto populate in this box here. And once you're happy with everything, I would say just double check everything over. Then you want to click next. The next page after this is where it asks you to enter your line manager's email. This is just for admin purposes. Your line manager doesn't get like notifications or anything like that. It's just for admin purposes. So in regards to pension, so everybody is opted into a workplace pension called Nest, and this is 90 days after your first payroll at Giant. You contribute 5% of your pensionable earnings, and Giant contributes a further 3%. So once you are enrolled, you can opt out of this. Everybody gets a welcome pack in the post about 5 to 7 days after the enrollment. It can be longer, it just depends, but just wait for that letter to come. It will come. And when you do get it, call them right away. If you opt out within 28 days of getting the welcome pack, you'll be able to opt out and also get a refund for what's been deducted. If you opt out after 28 days, you can still seize your account, but you won't get a refund for what's been deducted. Should you need to opt in early, so for those that have just started with Giant and you want to opt in right away, please just send us a message via the feedback section of your portal and we will let the relevant department know and we'll get you opted in early. So, as for the SIP pension, so this is a salary sacrifice pension. You can save quite a decent amount of savings with tax by contributing into a private pension. So this is an example. As a higher rate taxpayer, for every £1,000 contribution, you can save £420 in tax and national insurance. So it only costs you £580. Now, if you do want to opt into this, it's something that you are interested in doing. It can be a new or existing private pension. You'll just need to discuss with one of our agents. So if you let us know, we can get our pension specialist in contact with you to get that all set up. And expenses reversal. So, in line with HMRC tax regulations, all expense claims are deemed taxable and is now processed, deducting tax and national insurance. So, if you do believe that your expenses are non-taxable, you will need to submit an expenses reversal claim form. And this accompanies scanned copied of like original receipts just to back up the claim. What will happen from there is Giant conducts an assessment, and this is according to HMRC's rules, and this just determines if your expenses qualify for tax relief. If you don't have the reversal form, we are happy to provide you with one. Again, just drop us a message via the feedback section, and we will attach the blank form for you to fill out. You will need to submit those receipts. So we can't just accept a form back without any receipts to back the claims up. I just put that out there just so it avoids a lot of like back and forth. Another point I'd make is, as soon as your expenses have gone through payroll and it's on your pay slip, if you want to like reverse it, I'd say do it sooner rather than later. I know sometimes people would let it pile up and send it all in one hit, but that can cause a bit of confusion, especially if there's a lot of receipts to back up each claim. It can get a little bit messy. So I would say as soon as you have been paid your expenses, process the form straight away. It takes around 2 weeks for the review to happen, and then you'll just get the reversal on that upcoming week of payroll. So when you first join Giant, so we determine a tax code by the P45 you send us. If you don't have the P45, it's usually done by a new starter statement. This is the statement where you select statement A, B, or C. Once you've done that, after like your first couple of payrolls, HMRC should issue a P6 form to us. And that P6 form just lets us know if your tax code needs to change, if it means that maybe a tax rebate or like a tax refund is due, we will process it, but it's done off the back of HMRC's instruction. As soon as we get any information via the data system, we will just apply it to your most upcoming pay. You can also use the HMRC tool. So this link below, if you are unsure why your tax code might have changed or something just doesn't seem right, I would say use this link here. You might get the answers firsthand. If not, then I would say call HMRC and get through to them directly. So references. Sometimes it might come to a time where you might need a reference for employment or financial purposes. You can go on the portal yourself and just click request reference. And this will email you either a employment or financial reference straight to the email that you've got set up with Giant. If alternatively the third party are requesting it, what they would usually need to do is send us an email directly to firstlinesupport@giantgroup.com. We would need written permissions from yourself that you allow Giant to share that information with the third party. Once we have that, we will provide the reference request, and we action it within around 24 hours or less. So, Giant Advantage, this may interest some of you guys. It is a cashback and rewards scheme, and the scheme is honoured by the Benefits Excellence Awards. Some of the benefits are like retail discounts, gym discounts, any sort of shopping discounts. They change all the time, so I'm not entirely sure what's current right now. But if it does interest you, please do register. There's a tab on your portal that says Giant Advantage. You can change it from false to true. And then you'll get registered. You can speak to Giant Advantage and register with them. It is £1.75 per week once you have opted in, and you can use all the benefits that are appearing. And lastly, getting in contact with us. So you've probably heard me mention the feedback report. Um, when you're on your portal and you're on the menu bar, just click feedback report, add feedback, and then you can create a subject and a message, similar to like an email structure. We will receive that via the portal and respond to you. Um, just for the heads up, you do get an email by your you get the response back via email, sorry, but it is a do not reply. I know sometimes people will respond to that email, but we won't get it. So what I would recommend is logging back onto your portal to send a response, just to save you all that time. Um, a response is made within 24 hours or less. And then we've got live chat. So live chat has a response time of 14 seconds. It is quite quick and on the go. So it's totally your preference, whatever you would prefer to get in contact with us. So just to summarize, we've spoken about this being a contract for services, weekly payments, subject to payment terms. So remember, there's 7-day terms or 30-day payment terms. Um, SMS payroll alerts being set up on your portal. So you've got email or text. Payslips being available on the portal, and that it displays gross and net values, any deductions such as tax, NI, pension. We've mentioned holiday, so the entitlements, what they look like, that the holiday runs from the first of January to the 31st of December. We do recommend it's taken in the year it accrues in. You can go on the portal yourself and enter your holiday requests. We've spoken about the Nest pension scheme, how to opt in, how to opt out, and also how to opt in early. The salary sacrifice pension. So remember, those that are interested, please send us a message via the feedback section of the portal, and we will get a pension specialist over to you. We've mentioned the expenses reversal process. Those who are about to do this and you don't have the form, drop us a message and we'll send you a blank form. The tax code that is determined by a P45 or a new starter statement. If it does get updated, so if your tax code needs updating, we will get a P6 from HMRC to do this. That's the only way we can update a tax code. Requesting references, so via the feedback section of your portal, or the third party can send us an email. Giant Advantage, so the cashback and rewards scheme, there's loads of different discounts and it does cost £1.75. And lastly, getting in contact with us via the feedback function of the portal or live chat. So this was a survey that I was kindly asking everyone if you could partake in. We would greatly appreciate the feedback. So please do, if you get a bit of time, we would love to see this from you. So thank you everyone for listening. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I will answer as many as possible as I discussed in the Q&A section of the portal. I'll just give it a moment to see if anybody has any questions. There's a question. Do you have to complete a tax reversal form for each expense request? So it depends how many expenses came through payroll. So if you had like 4 lines of expenses that were on your payslip that went through payroll and were taxed, if all 4 of them lines need reversing because they're all work related expenses, you will be able to put each line, so all 4 lines on the expenses reversal form. And then you can just attach the receipts or any documentation that supports it. And once it's been approved, all 4 lines will be reversed at the same time. So you can do it on one form. Does that make sense? Rob, you already have Nest. When you say can you add pension to this, do you mean adding your own salary sacrifice? Because if that is the case, you can have salary sacrifice and also have pension with Nest too. Okay. Oh, there's a message in the chat from Usman about holidays. So, yeah, sure. Just for the heads up, everyone, the webinar is recorded, so feel free to go back and go over the things that I may have mentioned if you have some time. But happy to go over it now. So everybody accrues a minimum entitlement of 28 days holiday. That includes bank and public holidays. AMS are the ones who determine what your holiday entitlement should be. For the most part, everybody usually starts with 28 days. As you are working on assignment, your holiday is accruing. So each amount that is being paid to you, a percentage comes off into your holiday pot and is set aside. So if you have a day off or a week off, you can go into the holiday pay section of the portal and you can request to have these days off. Um, we advise waiting for your holiday to build up and accrue for you to take these days. You can still request time off with your line manager as well. As long as they approve it, then it's fine. So you can book the holiday. Let's say you have particular days you want off, you can ask your line manager if that's okay to have off. If they say, yeah, that's fine. But when it comes to requesting the holiday pay to be paid for the holidays, let's say your holiday is going to be in April and you want to put it in now, you may not have enough hours in your holiday pot to request it. But if you do, that's fine. It just won't be paid until the date's gone by. So you can speak to your line manager and get your holiday approved, but the monetary value, if it's in your holiday pot, it won't be paid until that week has passed us. Okay, thank you everybody for joining this webinar. I hope you all found it really useful. If there's any feedback or anything we can do to improve, let us know. Have a lovely day, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.